Toast to the craft.
Yeah, sure.
It brings us pain, but it brings much joy.
And welcome back to another episode of Ellevan Wins Podcast. I'm your host, Ellevan.
My name is Winnie, and today we have such a special guest in the house. He is a international comedian performing at the coolest clubs in New York City and around the world.
Handsome guy, tall guy.
His awesome special, Mr. Sir, came out this year, and you need to watch it ASAP. So funny. And he's becoming a viral sensation.
Has become.
For speaking truth
in a
these
hilarious
streets. And he's a Canadian gem, and we get to get him back soon. And I want you to put your joints and your hands together for Mr. Henry Sir.
Oh man, that was really nice. I don't know how to respond.
Where do we go from here, Henry?
Yeah, that's insane to be filmed hearing that about yourself. Like, oh God, how does one react to this?
All you can say at this point is Crown Heights in the building, bitch.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Brooklyn, baby.
So I didn't tell you this, and I don't know if this is like a big no-no in comedy. You can tell me after, and we don't have to be friends anymore if it's a real shitty thing to do. But when I emailed the Nest, and I did get, it was like a friend knew someone, so I did get an email. But when I emailed them, I saw that you were on, and we had met in the summer at Absolute in Toronto. And so I just mentioned that I had done a show with you before, and if they had any room on their lineup that I would love to get on, and then I did.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool.
I'm glad we started with a confession.
No, that's cool. I mean, you didn't lie about anything. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, it was like a pro-am show where I was the am and you were the pro. But, you know.
No, that's cool.
It was a show.
I'm glad it worked out. I'm glad I really enjoyed your set, and I was really glad you talked about like death and whatnot, and you got the crowd like into it because it's, you know how it is. That can be a hard thing to bring up at a comedy show.
Yes.
So I'm glad it worked out.
Yeah, I'm actually just exploring that right now. I didn't think it would be such a crazy thing at a comedy show. I've started with like my friends are dying. That's not a good way to start a comedy set.
Totally.
If you didn't know. People don't like that. You immediately bring them down. And I was like, oh, but it's funny. And I did it a couple more times just to try and prove myself right. And they don't like it at all. I'm not going to do it anymore.
Yeah, no, it's tough.
You got to ease them into it.
Yeah, you got to ease them into it. You got to earn their trust a little bit before you kill the buzz entirely. Yeah.
So you grew up in Alberta.
Yeah, Edmonton.
Sylvan Lake. We know this, right, about each other?
You're from Sylvan Lake?
I spent 12 to 18 in Sylvan Lake.
I don't think I actually knew that.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
What a lake.
It was one of the best lakes in
Unbelievable
Alberta,
lake.
I would say, yeah.
Berta peeps. Love that.
But, and I don't know how much you talk about this, but you were a basketball player?
Yeah, I would like to figure out how to. I think there's some bits in there somewhere, some like stand-up to be had from it. I just haven't figured it out, so I don't talk about it on stage or anything. But yeah, basketball was a huge part of my life. I played basketball through college, and it was just college in Canada. But I was good. I was an all-Canadian and stuff, and
cool.
So I love basketball. It was a huge part of my life, and I started doing stand-up while I was playing basketball in college, but I would do when my name came up on the amateur night at the club or whatever, I'd go do it. So it was every few months, but then I was like, I'm enjoying playing basketball, pick up stand-up after, and then just kept diving into basketball. And then when that was done, I was like, what in the fuck do I do now?
Wow.
So pivoted to the pure art form of stand-up comedy.
Nice. So you were dabbling while pursuing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
You checked it out.
Okay.
Checked her out. But yeah, basketball was a huge part of my life. My like kind of like a basketball family. Like just didn't really have a choice but to be very into basketball.
Really?
Yeah.
Is your dad very tall as well?
He's like, well, he was. His guy's shrinking. He's like my height at his tallest. And then he was really good. He played professionally in Belgium. My oldest brother played professionally for a very, very long time. He holds like NCAA 3-point shooting records and stuff. He had like a huge career. My other brother, Sam, he was also really good at basketball and played in college too. So
Cool.
Yeah, a lot of basketball. My one brother Ben didn't really play, but
What-
he still loved it because it was just so present in our family.
What position did you play?
I played growing up. I was like a shooter. I was like an undersized post / oversized guard. So like the most fun I ever had playing basketball was my 4th year in college. The point guard got injured, and there were some other injuries, and it just became like I had to be the one that brings it up. So they call it point forward. So essentially would bring it up and then end up in the post.
Okay.
And it was so fun. It was such a weird way of playing basketball. It was super fun.
Back and forth over that borderline.
Yeah.
Center.
Totally.
Do you think that the resilience involved in being in I would say college sports is like professional sports?
Disciplined as fuck.
Yeah, right? Do you feel like that helped you at all as you transitioned into stand-up?
Totally. Yeah. I think so for sure. I had a really, in ways, toxic relationship with basketball because considering I was never going to be doing this at a high professional level or anything, and it was my life. So after the fact, it was what the fuck was all that for? And kind of really resented it for a long time, and it just comes with all this other baggage and whatnot.
Wow.
But then can look back on when I just started viewing it with more fun and just a healthier way. It totally has been so helpful with comedy because I don't know, there was, in a weird way, this is just in Edmonton, Alberta, but in your bubble that you don't know anything else about in the basketball community, there was definitely a lot of pressure. And this is right when the internet started with message boards that were accessible to the common folk or whatever. And there would just be on these stupid message
MySpace.
boards. It was Alberta Hoops or something like that. And there was this Canadian basketball message board, and there'd be subjects of Alberta, and how many times it would be Steve Sir's younger 2 brothers suck. And it's we haven't even, what? I'm 15. I haven't even played a game yet.
God.
Oh
So
my
I got
God.
used to that really early and just kind of learned that doesn't matter. That's nothing. And also I'm not the most athletic dude at all. Actually pretty fucking slow, pretty clunky. But I found a way despite that to really excel. And a lot of that was seeing it in a different way and doing it a little bit unconventionally. And that's very much how I've had to do stand-up and navigate stand-up. I feel it's been pretty unconventional in a lot of ways. And I think point I'm trying to make is that having experience with being okay, so I'm just going to have to do it this way, and then accomplishing it is an attainable thing. And then why can't you translate into other things? And that's stand up, and now I think I'm just getting to a point as a human of being you can just broaden that into everything, not just rigid tracks. But I don't know if that makes any sense. In my head it did.
Did
Yeah.
you find those philosophies or get them taught to you, or just build them yourself from having not traditional tools and then made those new ways, or did you get taught them?
I think mainly figuring it out on my own from life experience, and honestly taking a lot of mushrooms.
Yeah, change your neural pathways.
Yeah, buddy.
Nice.
Yeah, buddy.
I love that.
Mushrooms have been very, very, very helpful for me in my life. And
We love that.
no, it's great. Long ways to go, obviously, and it's not to say so therapy doesn't matter or anything like that. This is the only thing you got to do is trip balls. But I do truly feel my experiences with mushrooms have just helped me take things that I already know, but I just haven't been able to process. And then it takes me a few times to oh, that's what it is. And I understand it more and more. And then I actually get to a point where I'm oh, now I think I can implement this.
Yes.
And yeah, I feel it just tunes you into a frequency you're normally not in, but it's always there. That's actually just a little bit more of the truth and reality, and takes some of that away from you. And a lot of that's perspective, and it's just life though, dude. It's all we were talking about before. Sorry to be such a bummer, but
no, beautifully said. Everything
cool.
you just said is mad bars. What we
thanks,
say all
man.
the time.
Right
We have
on.
matching mushroom tattoos. God bless. Yes.
hell yeah. Yeah, you do have the mushrooms. I know that's great. You know it's matching. But yeah, that and losing my brother. It's just more adversity and stuff, and you just I don't know, perspective shifters.
You need
Life
to change
happening
the
in
channel.
general. But anyways, that was a really long-winded way of saying I think kind of just figured it out on my own And then really lucky that I've been with her for so long, and she's such like a uniquely present person.
Oh.
And she's been really, really helpful in just like me like feeding off her from that.
Oh.
Also my dog.
Yes.
I think I learned from my dog, truly.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're very wise.
They're our guides.
Yeah, dude.
They're waiting for us to catch up. They're on that God frequency that we choose to see when we're on mushrooms.
Yeah, dude.
Permission slip.
Yeah.
They're there all the time.
I think about that, dude. The guy's just, if I just throw a rag, this guy is like, yes. It's the best case scenario.
Oh, that's so nice. Yeah, they truly are here
Yeah.
to guide us that way. Cats heal too. My cat
Yeah.
sits on my chest and purrs away anxiety.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah. So your wife, how long have you guys been together? That's so wonderful.
This month, it's been 18 years we've been together, man. It's crazy.
Yo, rarely do me and Winnie ever get
You surpassed us.
Right, because what it's 12?
We're 17.
17.
this
17.
year.
We're only
Oh,
a
I'm
year
sorry.
behind.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Good
Let's
work.
go.
Let's go.
You guys.
Congrats, though, man. That's
That means
awesome.
we're better.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Longer means better.
Yeah, man.
Isn't
No,
it
that's cool.
fun?
It's great.
Because you see that person evolve. She's not
Yeah.
the same girl that you met when you guys were
Totally.
13.
No, it's so funny when we look back and just like we're such
Little babies.
just and just
Dum-dums.
just idiots.
Yeah.
Just
dumb.
morons.
Cutie dum dum.
So
Dumb.
dumb.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
awesome
Same.
though, because that's the deal. Of course we were. She was. I just turned 20. She was 19.
That
I'm
was us.
37 now. So I mean, we're just completely different human beings, and
Yeah.
to see it go from like, you know, she's from like southern Alberta. I'm from Edmonton, but Alberta, and both very Albertan in our own ways. And we lived in
Lethbridge,
South.
Michigan.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And then moved down to Southern California, and then just like how that changed us, then moved up to New York, and how that changed us, and to just see us evolve as people and doing it together. The thought of doing it solo just bums me out so much.
I agree. I
You know?
used to do trips solo, to go to LA and be a songwriter, and it was good. And like every time my career would get these boosts, but like my heart hurt when I woke up.
Yeah, dude.
And more me than her, I feel. When he's like, I'm doing laundry all day. I'm like, "Oh,
Totally.
I miss you hardcore. Like, there's nothing at home when I come home.
Yeah. No, that if it's not too long of a trip, it's okay for me.
Yeah, but months suck.
Oh God, and just the thought of in general, the thought of going through all this shit solo sounds fucking brutal.
So with that, dude, I agree.
Sounds terrible. I hope that doesn't sound mean to single people. That's not what I'm trying to say. It's just,
No.
and but very lucky. I feel very lucky to have just like my first real relationship been just the one where it's like, yeah, all right, cool, great.
Same.
No
Nice.
notes.
Yeah, you've made it through a lot too. Like that's what people say to us all the time. Like making it through your 20s, just because those are such volatile times.
Such lunatics.
Yeah.
Such a shithead.
Yeah. And then, all the other crazy things that go on in the world.
Totally.
It'll make you funny, though.
Yes. Yes. It will. It will damage you in a way just so.
You will feel so deeply hurt somehow
Oh yeah.
that you'll become funny.
Oh yeah.
That's sick.
So
Congrats.
how, as like a full-time comedian, touring comedian, how do you take care of yourself? Because I don't know, man. It seems like a really challenge to navigate. We were gone for 5 days and I didn't have one vegetable. I couldn't find one vegetable in 5 days.
We had broccolini the first night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know. It's oh God, just the food I've been eating these last few. Like I just truly had a teen burger combo, and I'm like, this is pretty nutritious.
There's lettuce.
Yeah,
Fresh
there's a
lettuce.
vitamin in there somewhere. I mean, I don't know. I still don't know how to do that on the road. It's just I have no idea, honestly.
I start to understand why famous people have 10 assistants and people helping them
Sure.
out.
'Cause you can't think about all those things. If you can hire help, hire help.
If you gotta,
Yeah.
make
Yeah.
make the performance the number one priority.
Hey, Win,
Yeah.
do you know what's really easy to do?
What?
Run a cannabis retail shop.
That is not correct.
You're right.
But do you know how a cannabis retail shop can make things easier on themselves?
Loyalty?
That's right, by using sticky cards.
What?
Sticky cards makes things easy for you. There's no apps, no papers. You're not stamping anything or punching anything.
Force people to remember something.
It's just a loyalty program that lives in your customer's e-wallet that you could send push notifications to.
Okay, so this is perfect. It sounds like I'm gonna open up a cannabis retail shop because that made everything easier.
So if you do, get sticky cards, because if you want loyalty that sticks, get sticky cards.
Hey, that was sick. You want loyalty that sticks? Get sticky cards.
Yeah, I mean, I feel I'm just trying to keep my head on my shoulders, like, okay, when I'm on the road, and which I've actually been doing a better job of.
How?
I think just, again, learning to like actually implement things that I've understood in theory, but I'm just like, I just don't know how to put that into effect on a day-to-day basis.
That's literally what I'm writing about right now.
Really?
That is it.
Cool. So just like, yeah, that happening a little bit more.
Being able to implement happening more.
Yeah, just like kind of like what I was talking about earlier with just learning how to, like, through just life happening and processing things a little bit better, and still, boy, do I have a long ways to go. But
Is your wife in the arts?
she does photography.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, she does photography. She's very talented.
So she understands about gig economy and stuff, and you guys have
Yeah.
built that life together.
Totally. And I mean, she like we've been together since before I started. So she's seen the whole thing.
Wow.
How long you been doing stand-up for again?
I've been doing it for like 12, 13 years.
Okay, nice.
So she's seen the
so
whole thing.
cool.
Yeah. And also, like, when we came to the States, like, because she was still working on her visa, there's no way we could have lived in the States without me working a day job. And so
Yeah.
which I was totally fine with, because I've kind of like always had to have a job.
What did you do in LA? Were you in LA?
So in LA, I was just doing like remote. I lucked out, like out of nowhere. I got in with this like company where I was just like remotely like setting up people's accounts and stuff. It was,
The universe took care of you through believable means.
it was, yeah, totally. And then I just like got a few jobs like that. And same with New York. Like, we couldn't live in New York if like just by me in the comedy mind. Like, it's too expensive.
New York is another
Yeah,
thing.
dude.
Like the lifestyle you could get in Texas,
Yeah,
or
dude.
even in a big city in Canada, you could live ballin'. And
Yeah.
New York, you're getting like a very small place that's probably old. But again, that feeling that when you step out in the street, right? You feel
No,
like
totally.
you're part of something.
100%. I feel like it just requires more like work to facilitate it. And I was like, I don't know. I don't think anyone, comics, I feel like, get in their head like, I can't have a day job. I was like, who fucking cares, man? If it's like facilitates the thing you want to be doing, fucking cares. Like, it's just an ego thing and whatnot.
What
So-
did you choose to do in New York?
So I was doing the same kind of thing there. I lucked out with like a remote job where I was just doing, it was great, and could just steal so much company time.
That's sick.
And so there were times it was really, really good, but then there were other times where actually it was tough, because it'd be like, this is what it is, and I'd have to work till like 8 and then go out and like do spots, and it's tough to maintain a good headspace like that when it's all just like go, 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 go.
When you're tired and
Yeah.
yeah.
But anyways, that's like to like getting by and whatnot and making it. Like, I do go on the road, and I'm going on the road more now, I think, with the video stuff that's been going on. I hope that'll.
Had a micro penis? Of course he did. Of course Hitler had a micro penis. Who's that insecure without the poor micro penis community? As if.
Buddy, if you're looking for uplifting news, just flip a shit or 8-0. Ronald Rump's got even more ties with Epstein, eh? What a shock. Zoran Momdani's the mayor of New York City. Best news since Rush Tickies went on sale and More Evil Penguin bit the dust. Thanks, man. But like, I've done the road a lot, but I honestly, like, it hasn't been that much of like, I'm just road dogging every day in a new hotel, one nighter here, one nighter there. It just hasn't really been that. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. It's good. Everything has its own propel. But these videos, this content thing, it's so cool to know that you've been going at stand-up for such a long time. Because, I mean, that is a wonderful skill. We seen you at the Nest the other night, like you've been out here building your name as a performer. But it's nice to know when content clicks, when someone is saying, consistent in their efforts to like build their craft, and the way that you're bringing a levity to, we were talking about this a little bit off screen, but like you're talking about triggery things that everyone like needs to talk about in one way or another because they're happening, but like you're putting this funny character on it and saying it in a certain way where people can maybe have an exhale. So you're being like a superhero of comedy. So respect on that.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, man. Thank you for doing that. And then just like, yeah, would you mind spitting some game for content creators and stand-ups out there who like, how did this idea click? How'd you shoot them? How'd it come about?
Sure. Yeah. Thanks, man. That's nice of you to say. Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of those things where it's just been that like struggling with the idea of social media for a long time, and also having like a pretty easy defense up of like, I don't want to do social media. And I don't, but also it's like this stubborn like, you still know like you have to, and you can't really be pissed about like, why aren't I doing this? Like, 'cause you're not doing the thing. And it sucks it's the thing, but it's part of the thing now.
You called yourself out like a fucking boss?
Yeah, I mean, it's just truly,
Sick.
that just is what it is now. Like,
Yeah, I agree.
yes, it would be awesome if we could do stand-up comedy without social media. That's not what it is. So kind of accept that. I'll take a little bit. Why not?
I even might hop back on the train.
Get back on the train.
Winnie got very high today, and now she's getting high again with us. God bless. Yeah, what a journey. And content can cause ticket sales. Like, it leads back to the thing. It's not like you're getting lost. During the pandemic, we did this thing called Bigo, and it was like live streaming, and you ended up having to play this beans game. It would give you a base salary, but it would really suck your fucking soul out to the point where it turned you into a streamer. You can do a piece of content, use that to leverage your tour and ticket sales, and hopefully sell more seats. It's just a visibility play. It's so dope.
Yeah.
Did you create this character just one day and you're like, oh, this could be fun? Or was this something that you were playing around with for a little while before you put it on content land?
Yeah. No, I mean, honestly, it's like essentially like a character, if you will. Like, it's just like been with buddies back home that always doing that voice and saying that kind of shit.
Yeah.
That's just been like a thing you do with your buddies forever.
Yeah.
And like, especially like my group of friends, we were so obsessed with like the hoser Alberta shit. And so I'd been joking about that kind of stuff for a very long time. And then, it was just like
Being a birder boy.
Yeah, but then looking at like just trying to better understand, like, okay, if social media is a thing I got to do, and just trying to figure it out a little bit more. I had some clips like in New York at the Comedy Cellar, and I think because of the Comedy Cellar's like backdrop, those clips tend to do well, because I think it just adds like a level of validity or something.
It's validating for sure.
Right. And then I had a few clips there where I like, it just like, it came out of nowhere, but like there would be some Canadians in the crowd and I'd start just like talking like that guy to them, and people were really into it. And a few of those clips kind of popped off and started getting me some followers, mainly Canadian, which is awesome. And then it was just kind of like slowly building, but then just kind of stopped. And I was just like, I don't know what to do. I'd like edit stand-up clips and whatever, but I was also like, I don't want to just post something for the sake of it, because this isn't something under normal circumstances I'd be like, I'd really like people to see this. It was just like somebody from a stand, like, I gotta laugh, should you fucking clip it up? Like,
Yeah.
it's just, I don't know, it's just, for me, I was like, that doesn't seem to be doing it. And then, I don't know, I'd been thinking about it.
About dropping this character publicly.
Oh, I'm sorry I put the ash in there. I'm such an idiot.
No, that's the ashtray as well.
Okay,
this
cool,
is an
cool,
ashtray,
cool.
that's an
God
ashtray.
damn it, man.
Abundance.
Fuck.
You're like Chris Farley, remember that?
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
Remember that? Such an idiot.
Incredible. But yeah, it just kind of occurred to me. I was like, the political stuff with stand-up, honestly, in a lot of ways, is all I'm thinking about. So it just felt like a good way to talk about stuff that I was actually interested in. And essentially, it's like, I guess you could say, like, we need a shtick in a way, but I found a shtick that I actually feel good about.
Yes.
Because it's like an inside joke almost to like my buddies I grew up with and my brothers. And a lot of people are like, that's our inside joke. It's just Canadians and Albertans. But I think you feel that in that way of like, this is how we joke around and talk shit to each other. I know a guy like that. And I just thought it'd be funny to like have a guy who's just saying fucking and shit and just like an inarticulate idiot, but actually saying some like well thought out points. I just thought that's funny. And it's really cool that people like it. And I mean, I hope I can keep doing it well.
Yeah, so are you like consciously looking for topics, or is that kind of part of your daily anyways? So you're like, okay, what you consume on the daily, you're gonna start talking about.
I think before I was more so like actively looking out topics to do because I was like, I got to keep this train rolling, and I still feel like I consistently want to do it, but I also am like, the news cycle is so insane.
Yeah.
That you don't have to force it. It can be like, oh, I'm sorry.
That's me.
Get your paws off it, man.
What's your turn, man?
I try to be like cognizant of what's going on and aware of what's going on and all that stuff. But more so now, it's like when it's like, yeah, this is something especially worth talking about. And it's kind of trippy because like I'm getting messages from people being like, can you talk about this? Or like, I can't wait for you to talk about this. And it's like, oh.
Oh yeah, do you feel pressure to satisfy those requests?
Yeah, well, I was having like a panic attack last week in Montreal before one of the shows because I was like, I'm actually starting to get people to come out to see me.
Yeah.
And that's great, but the way my brain processes it immediately is like with anxiety and like, oh my God, there's pressure, and they think that's going to be your whole shtick, and you'll go up there and you'll just do stand up and they'll be like, boo. And I'm just freaking out. No, and instead of just looking at it like, oh, that's cool. People have.
I think they would be pissed if they only got that. I think it's way better.
Totally. I think the right way of looking at it is like, okay, that's cool. Some people are interested in hearing what you have to say. That's what you like about this. So have fun with it.
Or you just make them laugh. You just make people feel good.
No, totally. Funny. No, totally. But just like
they're like good drugs.
Yeah. No, exactly. But it does pretty quickly put a level of pressure on myself that was pretty unnecessary. But I also do feel like I really want it to be like quantity over quality, and I don't want to just do one just because.
Quality over quantity.
The other way around.
I want quality over quantity.
Yeah.
I want quantity.
I was like,
I want them to suck.
Some people do want quantity over quality.
No, I said that.
Yeah. I've done that.
I'm gonna do it. No, totally. That's what I mean before. Like I just tons every day, and they're gonna stink, but there're gonna be a ton of them. Yeah. No, I'd rather do it like once a week.
Just freestyle rip them.
Maybe twice a week, and yeah, it's fun. I actually really enjoy it.
So did you coach yourself through that panic attack? Nice work.
And I called my wife.
Yeah, that's helpful.
Aww.
It's nice to have the wife to call.
Oh God.
It's nice that you're connected.
It's mandatory. It's needed.
I've called her when 3 a.m. Maryland. I don't have my own credit card. My ride to go on a tour has bailed on me. I've been eating cold cuts in the park all afternoon waiting for them to show up.
Yeah.
Totally. I don't know what to do right now. Same tour 2 weeks later in the middle of Virginia. Rainstorm. Weed on me in a dry state. Pulled over in the middle of a gas station. I don't know what to do right now. Even that, she was like, I'm not sure if I can help you.
It is like 2 a.m.
The other one, we found a hostel. I checked in. I was blessed. It was like a 6-person bunk, but no one was there, so I basically got the whole room to myself.
Oh, baby.
Come on. Luxuries. You got to take those small wins.
So what does an unconventional path in stand-up look like?
I mean, I think a lot of people are doing it unconventionally, but I guess conventional I would look at as more so like you less and less now, but the mindset I had coming up in it was you'd go to one of the big cities and you'd be based there,
Right.
and you'd do all the stuff. And
like the big clubs and stuff.
yeah, it was just like if you're in Canada, it would be Toronto probably. At the time, that's what it felt like, at least. And then in the States, you either go to LA or you go to New York, and you plug away, and who the fuck knows what happens. And I did live in LA and New York for a few years, but it was pretty brief, honestly. It's like been a total of like 5 years I lived in the States. And otherwise, it was just like in Edmonton, just bopping around like a bunch of different cities, being based in this one place for a month, here and there. So nothing crazy, but just a bit unconventional, I'd say. I just kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of felt like a weird trajectory.
Right.
Totally.
Yeah.
You don't go to the place and like kind of work your way up that like one city's ladder.
Yeah, and like not like being like I was getting stuff, and I don't mean that in any like bitter, jaded way. It's just I wasn't like doing festivals, but I would just also keep getting like booked on good shows, and that would keep like, so like when I got to LA, like I just kind of got in at the clubs like really quick.
Did you
I'm
do the
okay
Comedy
for
Store
now. Yeah, so they have their friends and family thing.
in the belly room?
Yeah, so it's like you're like not passed to be a paid regular, but you're in like the pod that they've chosen to be a paid regular or whatever.
Yeah.
And in LA, it's like, oh my god, it's so important. And it was great. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, like on there and like the Improv and some of their shows, and so I was by LA standards just like very lucky. And then after like I got Comedy Central and I got Just for Laughs after I like went down to LA, and it was like, oh, it looks like he's doing well.
Yeah, then Canada fucks with us. Can't you help us skip a step and believe in us before we go and get the validation? No? All right, I'll go fuck myself then.
No, it is weird because like I'm very lucky I'm a dual citizen, because if I wasn't a dual citizen, there's no way I would have been able to get my visa. Yes, I'm very, very lucky. I wouldn't have been able to get my visa because I hadn't done anything on paper to get a visa. So I was very lucky I got to go down, and then that I think validated me to some people, which is funny. It's like I don't feel jaded or bitter about it. Honestly, it just but it is just a very Canadian thing to happen.
Oh, so lack of confidence. There's such a lack mentality there where it's like most of the dope talent is coming from here. Yeah. And then like we go there and then you prove yourself and then you can come back and live your life like what Tom Green did. Mm-hmm. That was so badass what he did. He got that Amazon deal during the pandy, sold his house that he bought in the hills, and fucking just became a Canadian legend again and again.
The pandy is so good.
Well, I can't use the whole word because it's a trauma trigger response for everyone,
it's
right?
great. It's the greatest.
We've
so
had
Canadian.
to candy it because it's not going to go away.
Of course. Of course.
Got to sugarcoat it.
No, I really do hope, I don't know, I imagine Canadian-based artists of every kind of, for a long time, been like, I hope this moves the needle or that moves the needle, but I really hope with this whole, like, buy Canadian, support Canadian, and just, like, culturally, I do think there's, like, a bit of a shift in just, like, that 51st State stuff, I think really riled pretty, like,
I hadn't seen
low
that
energy
much patriotism.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think like culturally there's something that unique could come of this, and I know there's probably just a lack of resources, but I just hope something happens that makes it more like you can cultivate people here, because it is a bummer that so many Canadians, when they get to the States, like the first thing, like, you know, that person, like, yeah, like, they're so good, they're so funny. Canadians have such a good reputation, and we could make like uniquely Canadian stuff that and I think this should, like with my shtick, it's gained me a lot in the States. Like they're interested. It's by no means
That's so cool.
That's your thing.
Yeah, and like
That's
it's gotten
sick.
me more people from the States than it has from Canada. Like there's an interest there.
Yes, because they want someone with the bravery to stand up for what is ours. I think a lot of people have been ashamed of that character.
Totally.
And it's like, no, he's definitely a dude. We all know that guy.
Totally.
And it's all like an inside joke. So that's sick what you're doing.
And it's
actually
cool.
culture.
And with like I think like Schitt's Creek and stuff like Letterkenny, I think that's opened Americans' eyes to like, oh, there's
Shoresy?
Canadians. Exactly, like Canadians are funny.
Yeah.
So you can make like kind of like, you know, that What We Do in the Shadows thing is very like this clearly like New Zealand weirdo thing, but it's everyone finds it funny. You could do the total same kind of equivalent in Canada without it just being this like completely boring.
Like
what-
stereotypical.
Yeah, like not to knock the shows, because like place and time it's good, but like you don't need another corner gas tone kind of show, you know,
Yeah.
like just very like have some bite, like just have just have a little
You know,
bit of edge,
that Canadian
you know.
thing is, I find it sterile.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing that is like, what is that uniquely slow-paced, strange indie budget thing that happens in Canada? No matter how much money you give the crew, what happens? I think it's an ultimate sterile. They want to be squeaky clean because they're funded by CBC,
Yeah.
and that's fine. They got to follow the rules. Who's ever paying the bills, that is what it is.
Yeah.
But like, it would be nice to see more Shoresy. I legit fucking watch that show. That's funny as fuck.
Yeah.
It's true culture, and yeah, you're helping that, dude. You're pushing the needle of because you'll
That's
inspire
cool.
someone else to do that. No
Yeah,
doubt.
totally. That'd be cool. That'd be very
It'd be
cool.
cool to see a chick version of it.
Are you interested in acting?
Because you are kind of acting with that.
Right. Yeah, when I'm honest with myself, like, I definitely, my initial response is like, no, I'd actually like love to do like writing stuff and be not in front. But there is a part of me I'm like, but I do also think acting is fun. If there was like bit characters or like side characters
Word.
acting,
Yeah.
I think that would be fun. Not like an extra, but I like to be like a star of something. Like, no, that doesn't, that kind of acting, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, hard pass on
Being like a
that.
tertiary, just kind of like, he's kind of funny and he's there and he says a thing every now and then. I think that'd be fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
We'll write you in a skit like that.
Sure. Sure.
Awesome.
I love the writing though. The writing's my favorite part.
All right, you write you in a skit like that.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
So you're an idea, like you like to feed and grow an idea. What's the mind state? How do you prepare yourself to go? Are you always writing, or do you say I'm gonna write today and sit down 10 to 5 and kind of accept what comes?
Yeah, I definitely don't. Stand-up writing has changed so much because I used to like write out word for word and essentially just read like I'm okay.
Script it.
Yeah,
read
that's-
like the teleprompter inside my head, And then once the pandemic hit, I was like, well, I'm not writing. You'd be a lunatic. The pandy, I mean. Sorry. Once the fucking pandy broke,
Company culture. Pandy, bro.
I was like, I'm not going to write jokes because that would be
shows up in one of your scripts.
that would be insane. I'm not. Why? There's nothing. I'm not doing stand-up. I'm not writing stand-up jokes. That's crazy. And then when I started doing it again, I was way less worried about being like tight, I guess. And now writing jokes, like honestly, I write like ideas and thanks, buddy. I write like ideas in my phone and in a notebook, and then essentially figure it out on stage.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is masterful.
Oh, I don't know.
What? No, like to even attempt it,
Oh.
I find you have to have a level of mastery. I have actually tried this a couple times, and it's gone so horribly
Really?
that I don't know if I can do it for a while.
Do you want some syrup?
I'm okay. Thank you. Actually, put some maple
That'd
Be a
syrup
great
in.
clip for this Canadian
Yeah, put a little
character.
maple syrup in. Yeah, that's just right. That's just right.
It felt right.
What kind of weird fucking tea would this be if there's no syrup in it? What are we doing here?
That's a clip. That's just such a clip.
Fucking A, pal.
Oh.
Got a great clip last night that I might actually post just talking about gangbangs. It was awesome.
What?
Were you at Absolute last night?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Such a nice room.
Yeah, it was a fun gangbang riff we got. It was a good crowd. Fun crowd.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
usually are.
Yeah.
The last time I was there, I think when I was there with you, I went over time 2.5 minutes, and then they
My God.
didn't let me come back for like 6 months.
Oh, really?
That was that.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yeah, it happens, you know?
Yeah.
It just is what it is.
But yeah, so I that's how I write stand-up, but I also like, I do write, I do feel like, I write,
How did you guys slip into talking about gangbangs?
I have this joke that I always have a thing about, where I just like very obviously, facetiously say this thing about like me having in a gangbang, like just because it's so insane. And it's funny, but the crowd always tenses up. But then someone says something about it later, and then we just had like this fun riff, and I was going in like a dry, monotone way, just saying like wild things about gangbangs, but the crowd was really into it. I was like, oh, this is fucking
Where was
crazy.
this? At Absolute?
Absolute.
That's
It
funny.
was very fun. Toronto crowds rule, by the way. Toronto crowds are legitimately like might be the best.
That's sick.
Yeah, Toronto
I
crowds
know,
are
we're
awesome.
lucky here. I think we take it for granted.
People
All
show
the
up.
comics here, we take it for granted.
Crowds
We
are
don't-
just really good,
They
and I
go
haven't
out.
done more Toronto. Like I've done a few spots in Toronto, but every time I've been like, that's a really good crowd.
Yeah, it's a vibe here. People
Yeah.
come out, they show up,
Yeah.
they go out. It's like a mini New York.
Totally.
You must have had some memorable heckler experiences in your lifetime.
Of course.
Is there any that like stand out to you that just stick with you?
Yeah. The first time what was it? Like the first time I was like featuring at the club in Edmonton, which obviously I was like, what a big deal. And the host just like murdered, but I was still like, I'm excited to do my thing. And like, I'm like literally like while I'm taking the mic out of the stand, this guy just stands up and yawns. He's like, yeah, it's time to go outside. And everyone just laughs so loud. Whoa, how did I lose them?
Oh no.
Immediately? What did I do? You know? I was wild.
Wow.
I've said, yeah, there was.
That's brutal.
There's this. I did this crazy show, and I was just like randomly going through the Midwest, doing like the weirdest shows in the weirdest little towns. And I did a show in Coon Rapids, Minnesota, and it was a place called Willie's, I think, and it was the craziest shit. Because I learned more about it after. I guess this stuff was more common, but it's called Willie's, and I just remember like the sign of Willie's. Like, it was like the face of this guy, and it had like this baseball hat with like a crazy curve to his brim, and it was. This is nuts.
Wimpy's? No.
Willie's. And so we go in, and the show is just a nightmare. It's just essentially like an open mic with a 20-minute spot at the end. No one's paying attention. It's just like a biker bar. Oh, no. And I go up and, like, by all considering what's happening, have a pretty good set. And then near the end, this guy just starts screaming, tell a fucking joke. And I was like, what? So I thought I'd said some, like, pretty funny, well-written jokes. He's like, tell one fucking joke. And I was like, what? And I just have this, and I'm like, what do you want from me, man? And I'm with a heckler. I'm sure I'm more just like defensive and freaking out. And it gets to the point where the guy literally charges the stage, and there's a bouncer there, and he has to get in the way. And then the guy starts freaking out, and he's like, that's it. We're never doing this show again. We're never doing the show again. And it was Willie, the guy who owned the place, was the guy freaking out, trying to fight me. He's like, we'll never do comedy here ever again. And then, like, I get my little bit of money that I got, and truly, like, I like go out, I get my car, I peel out there, and I see, like, out of him, like, Willie and his, like, biker buddies, like, come run out, like, looking for me. Like, these guys were gonna kick the shit out of me.
What?
Yeah. Coon Rapids, Minnesota.
That's so scary.
For like $40 or something. It's
How
insane.
did you
That's a
get
score,
booked
though.
here?
Oh, I just reached out to everything I could find on Facebook and being like, hey, like, I'm going to be in this area.
And you're like,
I want to do longer sets. Way before I was ready to do longer sets. But I wasn't like undercutting anybody. I was just going to weird places and figuring it out how to do like a longer set. And then Willie wanted to kill me.
Wow.
But in a good way. This was actually a good one. To like, it's cool to see yourself like progress as a comic. Like a few weeks ago, I was doing this show, and I have a bit about Jesus that I genuinely think is not offensive, but I talk about Jesus, and this guy just really started freaking out. This was in New York, and he's like, oh, man, like, you can't talk about Jesus. Like, really? And I was like, what? And he just starts like getting really pissed. Like, shut the fuck up, man. You suck, bro. You suck. You're terrible at this.
that's what he was saying from the
Oh yeah, like yelling it from the crowd, and like just the way to like I kind of surprised I handled it that way, but I was just like fine about it. I didn't care, and it was just like let him have his little fit, and then like, you know, talk shit obviously, but then just like essentially like, dude, fucking leave then. No, he didn't leave yet. Then I just like interacted with him after it was like really uncomfortable. Said like gonna do the joke, did the joke, got a big laugh, and then looked at him. He starts talking shit again, and he leaves. And I was like, okay, that's like a cool where I came out on top, you know.
Yeah.
You learned from Willie wanting to kill you. Willie will break my thumbs.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Dude, those are war stories.
yeah, dude.
You can feel those. One day I would love us to have an animator and to go back and to make that a little visual story.
Totally,
A
dude.
cartoon. Those are great stories.
And I do feel like there is a level of coming up in Alberta.
You gotta take your hits.
Well, it's insane, and I'm sure it's crazy everywhere in the rural parts of it. But the shows you do in Alberta, when you like go up to Grand Prairie, you drive down to Cranbrook, like
for a coffee shop.
for a shitty hotel with like oil workers, like
Oh yeah, talk about these hotel hardcore trips.
Oh, it
These are-
stinks. This isn't like. I mean, I hate to be a snob, but you're like that. This isn't going to be fun. This sucks. Like, it's just hostile. The show hasn't even started, and it feels like we're all going to get in a fight. And like, you go
Party
in like
boys,
the
eh?
dead of winter, and you're driving 5 hours in a blizzard to go do a show that sucks.
for $73.
Yeah, and then you're like, yeah, it's just it. But I do think it builds a character in you because it sure as fuck is not glamorous. Because then you go to LA and you see people that are like new to it, and it's just their frame of reference. There's nothing wrong with it, but they're like kind of immediately thinking like, I hope I get cast in a network TV show.
And then it
what?
can happen though if it's
No,
in
for
their
sure.
head.
For sure. And
We
if
did-
that's where they're based out of, where that is a possibility, nobody's, there's not going to be some talent scout from Netflix in fucking Kimberly, BC, and first week of January at a fucking corporate.
Dude,
Do you
that
do
is so
corporate gigs often?
I've done very few,
Okay.
but I would, depending on the corporation, I would do more. 'Cause
Subway? Pepsi Cola?
I'd have to look into them.
I know.
Okay,
We
so
talk
you-
about this all the time. We're like, what if like Coca-Cola came up to us and just wanted to hand us the bag, like the
Right.
bag that we've been wanting, the bag that would change our lives.
Not the ethical bag,
And
the
then-
fuck your morals bag.
and
Right.
and then we're like, how do we
Pedal sugar
How do we get behind this? How do
authentically.
we make this work?
I know.
Actually,
Work
I don't
out
know. I don't
with
know
a
what the
Coke.
answer is.
Have half a Coke a day
It
and then
hasn't
work out
happened
immediately.
yet,
It's
so
the only way
I
I do
don't
it.
know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know either. I've thought about that a lot of what's the line and where do you draw it of just like the Riyadh Comedy Festival is unacceptable, which I feel is like about the people that did that are corny as hell.
What with the what? I don't know about
The Saudi Arabia Comedy Festival.
Yeah, it
It was
a
in
bunch of-
Saudi Arabia.
It was like
Huge
funded
comics.
by Saudi Arabia to just like whitewash Saudi Arabia. And a bunch of huge comics went and did it. And it feels
Where
like
was it located?
Riyadh.
In Saudi Arabia.
Riyadh Comedy Festival. Yeah, it was in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, so they put on a big show and they paid everyone?
Oh, they paid everyone. That's the
Sick.
whole point.
Cheers, Saudi Arabia. I'm available. I'll have to talk to my people. Benny, am I good? Good. I'm good. Okay, I feel you. So you're like, if
There's this
that's
thing.
the campaign.
Let's say like there's this thing that happened that a lot of people felt like was honestly a lot of people were like that's the embodiment and definition of selling out.
Okay, got it.
And so then it just makes you wonder, like, again, though, what's the line? Like, when does it make it? Like, yeah, but if I do a brand deal from this company that's
Yeah.
pretty fucking evil, but they're not that evil.
Yeah.
But
It's tricky.
I've wondered about that. Like, is there any escaping that, though, in terms of, like,
No.
because then if it is like, well, I'll go do a more conventional 9-to-5 job or something, aren't you still part of this big
system.
machine and the
Yeah.
system? And that's not to say, so like if you're a teacher, you're just as bad as someone going to the Riyadh Comedy Festival.
Fuck you, teachers. You're the problem.
Yeah, man.
No,
For me,
JP
I
said
think-
no to the bag one time because it was a company he didn't agree with. I
don't
respect it,
know
but
if
I couldn't
that's-
say I'd do it.
I think also everyone's in a different position at any time, and it's hard to ever judge anyone for like taking care. We don't know what people's positions are in, but I think here's what I would do. I think I've solved it. Okay, Coca-Cola comes to me. They're like, "We love you. We want you to be something big for us," and I'm like, "Cool. How much you want to pay me?" And they're like, $1 million. And then I go to a company that I actually fuck with.
Yeah.
And be like, yo, Coca-Cola wants me. I'll do it for half if you guys if we can work together
Don't
because
even
I like
undersell
you.
yourself. Try to
Or
match
whatever,
it. If you
you
guys
know?
can match it.
Totally.
These are just theoretical conversations right now.
Those companies that you would want to work with are what? Lululemon?
I don't know. I don't think I would have to do some research.
I'm just saying, if anyone from Lululemon is watching, I'll consider it.
I'll do it for whatever, man. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Walmart
Who
has
would
already
be-
offered
I'll kill him,
$3
man.
million.
If
I've
you-
killed a man.
I will. I'll do it.
This is kind of interesting. If you could work with a company, if any company that you wanted was
Yeah.
like, "Hey, we'll fund you the rest of your life," who would you like to work with?
Oh shit.
Kevin Hart.
Yeah. Yeah. So I can't choose like a not-for-profit. Does it have to be like a company?
Well, as long
Can't
as
be
they can
UNICEF.
pay for your whole entire life.
Oh man, yeah. You want it? Of course, it could be like, you know what? Greenpeace has it in the budget. We're gonna actually put this to you instead of solving global warming. I feel
Well, what
good
are they
about
doing
that.
to solve global warming, really? Like, were they putting ice packs everywhere?
Probably as good as it gets.
Do you have goals? This is a weird question. Do you have goals? But like I found as I got older, my goals got less specific and more general. And I don't even know. I would have to argue that I'm not sure if I even have goals right now. What are your thoughts?
I have like kind of broad goals. I think less specific than they used to be. But even when they were specific, they were always kind of vague. But I've had the like, you know, I want to do Comedy Central. I want to do Just for Laughs. I want to get in at the Comedy Cellar. I want to do this club, that club, whatever. So I feel like I have checked some boxes, and you know, pretty quickly just realize like it's what everyone says, and it's just on to the next.
Yeah.
And I think just in general, it's like I would like to be able to provide and facilitate an enjoyable life for my wife and I. If we start a family, like my family, and I'd like to facilitate that through something I'm actually interested in. I'm just a very expressive person. So I'd like to be able to be expressive and create to provide.
Beautiful. And so it is. Y'all have kids?
We'd like to have kids.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can
definitely
feel
want
the
to be a
papa
dad.
energy from you.
Yeah, I'd love to be a dad. I think I think it'd be awesome. It just 100%.
You'd have
Hundo P.
You'd have nice kids.
Goddamn right. Get them listening to Joe Rogan early. Make sure they're on the right side of history.
Exactly.
Hey, was Mr. Sir, what special was that? That wasn't your first.
No, I didn't have. I hesitate to even call it a special, but I had an
album.
album before. I had one album before called Chalant, and then I did Mr. Sir last year. Yeah.
It was really good.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. I was happy with it, which is crazy. I didn't.
How long did it take you to write that?
So I was kind of just like meandering through stuff. I didn't really, after my first album, I wasn't thinking about it at all, and it had been quite a number of years. But then my buddy my friend Dan Duvall, who's a really funny comic, and he's out in Victoria, but he does stuff with Hecklers, which is the craziest name for a club. But he was like, hey, come, I want you to film a special at Hecklers. I was like, no. Like, that's insane. Why would I do, like, why would, I don't have a special. That's crazy. And then he said it again. He's like, come do it. And I was like, yeah, okay. That gives me like I need to make something and have like a deadline for it. So it was really cool of him to put it out there. And he just like helped facilitate everything. But yeah, I don't know. When I really hunkered down, that was like a good couple years, I think, of figuring that stuff out, like 2 years.
And then, do you still
Wow.
like refer to that those bits, or are they completely put to bed after you release them online?
No, like when because, you know, it's been just about it's been just under a year, so like just almost a year, and I feel like when I go on the road, and again now, because it's not like it's astronomical, but there actually are some people coming to see me, I'm like, I would like to give them a good impression of this.
Yes.
Whereas before, I honestly probably would have been like, I'll try shit for 40 minutes. I don't care.
We've all seen that too.
Nice.
Yeah, no, totally. It's not fun. It's not good to people that came and paid a ticket. So anyways, I'm going back a little bit, but not much. But there are times where it's like, as much as I would like to tell this new joke that I know I'm still actively working on, just go back to an old one and don't be selfish about it. I try not to, though.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good advice. Don't be selfish about it.
Yeah, I mean, this is something I am like literally just learning, because I have been a very selfish comic in the sense of times with stage time where it's like, now's not the time to work on shit. And I'll be like, I'll just open with the new thought then and crater myself and have to
Yeah.
dig out of it. You know, I do that all the fucking
I
time.
mean, I guess that's a good muscle to build as well.
And that's why you're doing it too.
Yeah.
You gotta have fun as well.
That's the thing. That's like my favorite part of stand up. Like,
So gotta give yourself the treat too.
no, totally.
sometimes.
But that's another thing, and I'm hopeful with like building a following and stuff that enables more of that. Because as much as I love stand-up spots at like showcase clubs, and that's like what New York's like, I really love that. But there can be times where it just feels like there's so much pressure to just kill.
Use bangers only.
Yeah, and it just kind of, it can be a little bit creatively, like creatively stifling.
Becomes like a job.
Yeah, it's just weird because it's still awesome, but it's just weird. But that's truly my favorite thing is like getting a crowd on my side despite kind of a weird start, and then
that's really impressive.
Gaining their trust and then completely alienating them, like whether intentionally or not, just saying something like, "Why was that the thing you said?" Because that you finally got them and you just lost them immediately. But just kind of doing that over and over again, I find really, really fun.
Wow, you like the roller coaster.
Yeah, and I feel like that might be selfish, but I also am like, it's what I like, and it's me, so
I think
whatever.
the audience rides that with you, though, right? Like,
Kombucha?
Oh my God, please.
let's go. The third drink of the day, baby.
Yeah. I hope I'm not too Eeyore-ish for your podcast.
No, I love it. I love talking about emotions. And
Yeah,
I
you guys
feel-
are really nice to chat to.
Thank you. You too.
Thanks.
I find that it's so interesting to me to see the polarity of watching a comic on stage and the confidence they exude and like how it looks like they have control of the room. Sometimes they do, but then like when they get off stage, they're like in their head or like we're a very emotional bunch. You know?
Yeah, we're nuts.
They're totally, absolutely nuts.
Thanks,
and I
buddy.
find that
This
fascinating.
Goblet of booch.
Thank you.
A
I find
hold
that
of kombucha.
Toast to the craft.
Yeah, sure.
It brings us pain, but it brings much joy.
This is true.
It's fun though.
Yeah.
It is. It's great.
Exhilarating ride.
It is fun.
Yeah, have you had quit moments?
Oh my God. Yeah. The whole time, the voice in my head is like, what are you doing, man? And it's, I without over-explaining or devolving into like some other, I think it could derail if I try to explain it too much. But like when I was, we're being vulnerable. Who fucking cares?
Let's go.
When I was 24, I'd been on antidepressants my whole life, or half my life at that point, and that just like arbitrarily bothered me. But like that's what I grew up on. I was so used to it, and I just decided without talking to anyone, go off cold turkey, and like it's like something snapped. Like it was a terrible couple of years before I got back on medication, like really, really bad, and it just like the doubt just got so crazy, and
It
so
gets loud.
oh yeah, and so just the whole time just kind of just have always been like this, but just always have that like I should get out of here. Like even when I'm out and about having fun, I'm like I should probably go, and that translates just like into life kind of things. It's just like nah, not me.
You withdraw.
It's crazy because
Yeah.
you're so likable, and it probably doesn't help to like shower you with compliments after you're like,
Oh, that's nice. That's nice of you to say.
You know, and you look very confident on stage as well.
Well, that's the weirdest thing is because I think that's another part of what I've really loved about stand-up is for whatever reason, it's been like an outlet that oddly, despite my like very real struggle with confidence, because I've really struggled with confidence. I think it's starting to get a little bit better, but it's been like debilitating. And for whatever reason in comedy, I've just been able to be more out of my head, which makes no sense because it's a crazy thing to do in front of people. But like that's like a way I've been able to be confident. And then
Wow.
outside of it, I'm just like, this is a fucking nightmare.
It's also the perfect mix on the surface. You may be going through a crazy hurricane of emotion inside and spinning out. But especially, I think, probably for girls, you're like, oh, but he's confident. Oh, but he's, like, shy. You're like nice shy guy
so
thing,
funny.
you know? It's like the perfect balance of temperament in society.
Yeah, that's good.
That's it ends up working on
That's
the surface,
good.
but it's crazy to know that there's like a potential storm of like crazy emotions inside there, which adds to actually that interest on the surface of like,
Yeah.
what is he feeling? And then you come out on stage and you're like hilarious, and it's like,
No, it's this last little stretch, honestly, has been pretty cool. It's like just when you can, I find at least when you're like big shocker, being present, but truly being like present with the ride and enjoying the ride, like people always tell you to, but especially with comedy, it's cool. You can be a little bit more aware of like, oh, I'm kind of figuring out this little part or that. that little part. Fuck, what was the point? I had a point, and then I completely lost my train of thought. What did you say?
I was saying
I'm so sorry.
Your
Don't be at all.
temperament of how it manifests, because inwardly you're going through such things.
Chaos.
but
Oh,
it's
yes.
chaos.
Got
but
it,
then
got it.
You look
externally, it like comes off like well. Like you end up getting this like perfect temperature of like societal.
Okay, just wanted to hear that again.
Of course, I'll run that back all day.
No, I think
likes
it's like I'm just honestly though, like getting to a point to be like confident enough on stage to be like, this is just how I am. Like,
Yeah.
I'm in a lot of ways it is like the way I just would talk most normally, and like I'm very monotone. I'm just there. I feel bad saying it, but like I just kind of don't give a shit. And there's just I don't know. I'm so lethargic that I just assume it's off-putting, but I think I'm figuring out how to do it on stage in an honest way, and that's exciting, if that makes sense, because it feels being more authentic to who I actually am, and that involves like talking about, you know, actual stuff and like mental health and all the stuff I'm interested in talking about right now is like truly about like death and grief and religion and stuff. And so I don't know if any of that makes sense.
No, that's a very likable trait. I think it's
Okay.
number one when you walk in. That's what reads as confidence, is to just decide that you're going to be yourself.
It is. So here's the thing. Like I can understand, because my wife gives me shit about it all the time, and like friends will too. They're like, why do you dislike you so much? But like I can understand like being you know, like I'm tall and I feel like people respect that for some
It's
reason.
so true.
And
When you're a nice tall guy, it's like bonus points.
right, so I guess I get it. Like I was like a good basketball player, and I'm tall, and I think I'm nice, and I get all that stuff. But for whatever reason, it's just like, you know, it's just the fucking the voice in your head you're dealing with, and the
Yeah.
demons or whatever, like just that gets you in the fucking head. Like no,
Yeah.
like somehow it's like despite all that, I'm a piece of shit though.
I think that's a
You know?
human condition, bro.
Totally.
Yeah, it's so weird that like, hey, November, #mental health month, it does get bizarre.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah, man.
I've been intercepting those nasty thoughts. I'm like pretty clean on the nasty self-talk.
Good.
Good job,
Yeah,
buddy.
it's been really cool. It's been interesting. At one point, I was just like, I like woke up to myself being mean to myself. It was like a weird thing. Like
Yeah.
I was kind of on autopilot,
Jeez.
just saying, just like you're a piece of shit. You're never gonna make it. Like
What the
why?
fuck?
Why are you even trying? You know, all of those crazy things.
Shut up, bitch.
And I was like, why are you saying, like, I
Fucking
just like
bitch.
I woke up to it.
Sure.
And then since then, it's just been a lot easier to spot when it's happening.
Yeah.
And now I can even like feel it coming on before the actual nastiness
Yeah,
comes out, and I can
exactly.
just shut it right down.
It's a devil ghost.
And it feels good
Totally.
every time. I did it this morning. I looked
Yeah.
at myself in the mirror and said, I'm pretty and I love myself. And I'm
great.
Yes!
Great.
yeah, it was good.
No, totally. It's great when you can like actually see like, okay, this is the thing that's really set me off before, but I'm aware of that, and here's how I'm gonna react instead.
Yeah.
And
But like actually doing that is so hard.
it's so hard.
So hard.
That's like what I was talking about before, though. I think when I was talking about truly like mushrooms and figuring out is
Yes.
how to do that in just more and more little ways.
Bring awareness.
Incrementally, so
Yeah,
it
just-
doesn't feel so intense.
Exactly. And I actually, lately, it's not a matter of kindness to myself. I think I've actually been doing a pretty good job of that, because in a lot of ways it feels really hard to go back to Canada because, you know, being in the belly of the beast of stand-up in New York, like, it's awesome. I really love it. I'm really sad to leave in a lot of ways, but at the same time, it's just like objectively the right thing to do right now. And that just kind of gives me this sense of like, all right, so it's what it is.
Yeah.
Nothing to beat yourself up over.
Yeah, man. Who knows what is going to come from that journey?
Yeah.
No, totally.
You just got to trust the flow of things.
Just even that in and of itself, like, that's progress. Just being, all right, cool.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To sort of have a neutral.
Yeah, not have to have a
Feeling.
horribly negative connotation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where are you going, Berta?
So we're going to go back to, because, I mean, we're going to be there for December. So we'll go back to Edmonton for the holidays, and then probably spend some time there, winter in Edmonton. Wow. Go there for December and January. It's peak months.
Is your family there?
Yeah.
Do you like them?
Yeah.
Congrats.
Thanks, buddy.
I bet you'll be able to do some sweet shows.
Yeah, I think it'll be a fun couple months, and I'm gonna do. I'm actually psyched because
Weed events, blunts and beans, holler.
fucking right.
Yeah.
I've had these. I think I'm gonna be able to do some really fun shows throughout Alberta, like that are like my shows, like in cool venues and stuff. So that'll be really cool. And then in Edmonton, it's cool. It's gonna be like it'll be like a little theater in Edmonton. It'll be really cool.
Cool.
Nice.
And then the hope is to, it's one thing at a time, but we'd like to go be based out of Vancouver for a while.
Right on.
Yeah, good city to be based out of. I can still dip down into the States and.
And their little comedy scene is coming up
Yeah,
right now, man.
totally.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what I've been hearing.
awesome. Yeah,
It
it's a
feels
great little
great.
spot.
When he did the underground there,
Is it fun?
So fun.
Good.
Yeah, yeah, such a great. It's
No,
interesting
truly.
room, but hot crowds.
I'm
for
so
sure.
glad. I'm so glad Vancouver has a place like that because leaving New York, we don't have many. There's like the corner here, I think, in Toronto, but we don't have those like showcase clubs where you can do maybe a couple spots a night of like a good size set, like 12 to 15 minutes.
Yeah.
That's nice.
It'll
It
start to
wasn't
get
always like
busier
that.
No.
now too. The summer in Toronto kind of reeked. There was, I guess, just many other things going on. So people stopped coming to comedy
Baseball.
shows.
Yeah.
And they
do the
wanted just to be
baseball.
outside, which is
Sure.
reasonable.
Sure.
But yeah, once we get back into this cold weather, it starts getting nice and busy again.
Yeah.
just over there, everything will be okay.
Everything's
Just over
gonna
there.
be all right.
No, everything's beautiful in the present. I'm grateful.
Rockabye. Let's get Uncle
So
Cracker in here.
good. Oh man.
Love it.
Do you have any comedy influences? I guess we got to wrap it up. We're gonna wrap it up, but do you have any? Who do you love?
Who do you love?
Honestly, in a lot of ways, I think this is gonna sound kind of weird, but Leslie Nielsen from Naked Gun,
Fuck yeah.
I think honestly is
I can see that.
yeah.
Awesome.
When I was little, I just loved Naked Gun so much, and I just thought his deadpan stuff was so funny.
Shirley.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Don't call me Shirley.
He's so fucking funny, and I don't know. I think I've thought about that and looking back, I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure he's the biggest influence. But in terms of like stand up, maybe like this again will probably sound weird because I'm nothing like him, but I really like Dimitri Martin. Yeah, Rory Scovel.
Yeah, I like Rory too.
Dimitri Martin is a like UK guy.
No, he's like he's this American dude, but he just did like weird but it was like the first stand up I watched like when it was happening that like watching it I was like really into.
That's cool.
And another one I'll say actually, even though I've never met the guy, but I'm gonna say John Doerr a little bit.
Dude,
I
totally.
think watching him when I was first starting, I think was very inspirational to me.
I was gonna guess that. Off top.
Not intent. I've heard it enough times where people have said like you remind me of him. And, like I'm certainly not trying to do him. I think also some of it has to do like bearded,
Yeah.
kind of shaggy guy.
Yeah.
But I do also think like when I first started, like him and Rory Scovel, especially, I think just like planted a seed of like that's good comedy or whatever. So, but Leslie Nielsen first and foremost.
Yeah, I love that. Did you watch the Liam Neeson Naked Gun?
I did, and I was nervous because I was like,
Yeah.
please don't ruin this. That movie, that first one especially, really means a lot to me. And you know, it's certainly not the original ones, but I also was like, they did a good job of like paying homage to it.
Yeah.
Yes.
They did a good job.
Yeah,
I think
I
that
thought they
was
did good, too.
especially when you watch some other movies like the additions to the Indiana Jones. Like, what are we doing? This was so unnecessary.
Just a money pull.
All that considered, I was like, you guys did a good job, and also good thing it was just a dumb comedy. That's awesome that a movie people were going out to see was just a stupid
I
comedy.
miss it.
It's like a
I miss
scary movie of
those.
that
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
It's the Weird Al of films.
totally, man.
It had a lot of shticks, but fuck, they're timeless though, because they make you guttural laugh.
They're
and
so funny.
They break the fourth wall.
So stupid.
Like Spaceballs too.
Yeah, man.
Like shit like that. That was fun.
Totally.
Did you watch SNL growing up?
I'd watch the like when someone would have a VHS of like the best of Will Ferrell or
Yeah,
something.
we have all those DVDs.
Yeah. I thought it was funny from those VHSs I watched growing up, but I never really like watched it live or anything.
No doubt. Good times.
What a nice
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for
appreciate
coming
you.
on
It
the
was
show.
lovely.
Yeah, thanks for hanging. Congrats on everything you got going on.
Oh, thank you.
Including the self-awareness. Like, that's such a big part of just being a human, man.
Thanks,
like,
man.
for a full, fulfilling life. And, yeah, cheers.
What would
Thanks,
you
buddy.
What would you do with it?
What would you tell people if someone was like, how should I live my life? What
Oh,
would
God.
you tell them?
One sentence.
Oh, man.
There you go.
That's a crazy.
That's how we're ending.
Just summarize life in one sentence.
No, how would you
Do
say to live
mushrooms.
an inspired life?
Actually, yeah. Okay, how should you live life? Being kind.
Woo!
That's a great
There you
answer.
go.
Nice work.
Cheers to that, bud.
Where can they
Cheers.
find you,
bud.
Henry?
Cheers, bud.
Fucking cheers, man.
Cheers.
You can
Cheers,
find
man.
me on Instagram at Henry Sir Comedy. I think the handles are all Henry Sir Comedy. So yeah, social media helps. Thanks.
Yeah, awesome.
God bless. Get tickets to a show. Go see him when he's on the road. Toss him a dart in the parking lot. Give him a high five. Cheers.
See you next
That was
week or
perfect. That was
not.
perfect.
God bless.
That was fun, man.
We only have one Paradox Live left of this year.
Oh, and it's our 1-year anniversary.
Here
of
at the
having
Meta
it
Milky
at the
Way.
Meta Milky Way. I love it. I love this space that we've cultivated here. It's so special.
We know that you're making an investment by purchasing a Paradox Live ticket. We get that.
It's
and we
all
thank you.
inclusive, though, I just gotta say. We put a mindful spin on the food. It's always fresh. You always feel revitalized.
You can come hungry
cool.
and leave full.
And it's all-inclusive flower bar. You're getting cannabis,
You can come sober and leave high.
delicious treats to go. We have a raw partnership, so you get to keep your trays and your rollies, and you take them in abundance. And
You can come dehydrated and get hydrated.
because Winnie does an amazing mocktail bar every time. She does like mango sunrises, she does virgin mojitos, and it's always made with fresh lime, and she balls out with the organic lime juice, the ones in the glass jars, you know, the ones that are in the aisle.
And this time around, we have a ticket option that you can buy raffles before the show, so you don't need to worry about bringing cash on the day.
In fact, we've included your raffles with your, I want to say general admissions ticket, but they're all just exclusive tickets because it's an intimate hang. It's not too big. We had to scale down the size to do things our way, and we love running it here at our podcast studio where it has just been a vortex for creative, fulfilling conversation. I make up all the songs with my live band. Winnie hosts and does stand-up comedy.
And the tickets, we're encouraging you to get tickets with your ticket beforehand because on the night you'll get 3 tickets for $10. But if you purchase before those tickets, give us an extra $10 in your purchase, you'll get 5 tickets.
Last time we had a taco bar. The time before that we ordered sushi, and you know people are getting drinks. They're having a cigarette outside. They're rolling their joints. They're over here talking to an LP or a grower about their weed, and they miss the opportunity to get raffles, and they want them. But whatever Paradox Live you come to, it's gonna be a special vibe because it's something new every time. So good. Okay, love you guys. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for coming. Get tickets here.